The following program contains mature subject matter. Listener discretion is advised. You are listening to Zeitgeist Lab Collections from Itchy Grundle Podcast. In Collection 3, Brian and Alex metaphorically traveled north to Canada to investigate the Canadian content that seems to be pervasive everywhere. This is Episode 3, Strange Brew.
Welcome to the Zeitgeist Lab Collections Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alex.
And I am Brian.
And we are here in the midst of Collection 3, visiting the Great White North, also known as Canada. Brian, what's going on tonight?
Not much. I'm having a pretty decent day.
Not decent. All right.
I got my microphone in the mail.
Yeah.
My magic wand.
Mm-hmm. What is that? A vape pen?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you vape.
No, it's weed.
Oh, it's still a vape pen.
Yeah, it's a weed pen. Well, it's not even a weed. It's Delta 8, but I'm not going to explain what Delta 8 is. That's going to be a whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go look it up or pull up the records, but I'm pretty sure I have it on record somewhere where you said you would never vape.
I don't remember saying that. I've vaped before and I'll vape again.
So you don't know this because, despite what you say, I think that when you're high, your memory is not the greatest. Like, we just, beat for beat, had the exact same conversation we had maybe 2 episodes ago. Like, the first time you had your pen. Yeah. It literally happened exactly in this order.
Mm-hmm.
So, you do remember that. All right.
Yeah.
'Cause it seems like you would have been like, hey, haven't we had this conversation before? But instead you're just indulging me.
Yeah, I'm okay with indulging you.
Okay. So while we're at it, maybe you could tell me, is there a favorite sandwich you like to get from...
We've talked about that before too.
Ah, okay. Did we? I don't remember that.
And you've used that same example.
It's because it's the only 2 examples I have. That's all I've got. Look, speaking of which, because that was around the same time, the first time we talked about your sandwich thing was about the same time you're going to The Sopranos. So I was interested in knowing if you are excited for this Sopranos movie.
Not really.
No, okay. Why? You really like The Sopranos, right?
Yeah, but I've heard it's just okay. It's not essential.
Okay. Is it? So it's up now.
Yeah, it's on now.
Okay. And you have HBO Max still, right?
I do.
Okay. Well, are you still watching everything on your phone, or have you gotten that resolved?
No, I haven't fixed the Roku yet.
No, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm just too lazy to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I was able to watch this movie entirely on my phone in one sitting, which I was very proud of myself for.
Really? Why? Why would you think you couldn't do it in one sitting?
Because I thought I'd be checking apps every 5 seconds, and
you're saying you did it without even checking Twitter or Facebook or anything?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that is impressive. Good for you. It was an early morning watch, though, if I recall.
No, it was at night. I fell asleep and I had to rewatch the ending.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because I had the message from you. What I thought was pretty early in the morning for you, saying you had just finished watching the movie.
Oh yeah, I must have. Yeah, I fell asleep watching it, and I finished it in the morning. I guess
Gotcha.
I rewatched the ending.
All right. Well, before we get too far into that, what is going on tonight other than your new magic wand that you procured?
Not much. Just hanging out, waiting for this. Just having a pretty decent day.
Nice. What did you...
Had a good therapy sesh.
Oh, nice. Okay. Are you now? I am under the assumption that you've been high all day, just based on some of the interactions we had on Twitter. Were you high for your therapy session?
Yeah.
Does that make it better, worse? Do you still find it helpful if you're high when you're doing that?
Yeah, I still find it helpful. It depends on what we talk about.
I just wonder because...
it doesn't make much of a difference, really.
Okay. The only reason I ask is because I feel like I had a fairly normal interaction on Twitter today with Mr. Gabe Sluice. The sluice is loose, and you said that you were too high to follow what was going on in our interaction.
No, I didn't say I was too high to follow it. I was following it just fine. I just didn't want to. I was too high to experience it.
Okay.
You're talking about recording yourself shitting or whatever on our Twitter that we share.
Yeah.
So,
but I very clearly had the caps lock off, so everyone knows it's me. You're the one who was pretending to be me today.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, that happened.
So you don't think that we should start a Twitch channel that streams me going to the bathroom? It's not going to show, I know our listeners can't see this, but like on the Zoom call, it's like from my chest up. It would just be this view with me just like that's all it would be. I'm not showing anything down there.
Oh, okay.
It's just like my pooping face, not my pooping sphincter.
Faces of poop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're saying you don't want us to do that as a Twitch channel?
No, I think that's okay.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be interested to know if any of our listeners would want to see that.
Alex's poop face.
Yeah, exactly. My big pee face.
Big pee. Your plop face.
My plop face. Yeah. First you pop and then you plop? No. I don't know what order you were trying to correct me on that the other day, but...
No, I was just saying plop instead of pop.
Oh, so it's just first you plop and then you plop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Daisy, my wife, says it should be first you plop and then you pop. Saying it should have been a mix of the two.
No, I think it's first you pop, then it goes plop.
Pop and then plop? Oh.
You pop. Your
Is
butthole open. And the toilet, and then the shit hitting the toilet water goes plop.
Right. So is a plop, is that actually shitting? Or is the plop just the sound that it makes as it hits the toilet? So, like, if I were to go in
the sound, it's the onomatopoeia.
Okay, so if I were to go on a hike and need to take a shit and do that, then I'm not plopping because the sound of the shit hitting the sticks is not plop. It's like
no.
Okay. All right, we've learned a lot here.
Yeah, I'm full of knowledge today. What else do you want to know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of, I like the poop talk, I'll be honest. I think it's what our listeners are here for.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of us, I think.
I think so too. Which is strange because, you don't necessarily often have like a potty mouth, but I do in real life. So it's surprising to me that I've been able to restrain myself for, over 30 episodes at this point. But obviously, I'm just letting the plop fly here tonight.
You're letting the plop hit the fan.
Yeah. Wait, but plop can't hit a fan, right?
No.
Okay. I'm confused again. So do you, because I might say like I took a plop, but is that like, so you made a plop, right? You took a shit which made a plop.
Yeah, you made a plop.
Okay. No, you didn't make, oh yeah, you made a plop. See, now I'm getting confused. Fuck. This is difficult.
Yeah, right. No one said it was easy.
Plopping ain't easy, that's true.
Plopping ain't easy, yeah.
Oh, okay, what else do we have to go over? Did you have your substitute teaching gig? Did that happen?
I showed up to the school, and they're like, there's no school today.
What?
And then I really looked at it. I was like, well, I have the email right here. That says I'm supposed to be here. And it was for the wrong day.
No.
I had the date wrong.
How far off were you?
A day. I was supposed to come the next day.
Okay. And did you?
No, because I didn't have enough money to get there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So what happens now then?
I just wait for the next call.
But if you don't take a job?
I mean, they call me on a daily basis for jobs.
But if you don't take a job to get money, where do you get money to get to the job?
I have my ways.
You got your ways.
I usually ask my parents to lend me some money.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Just hitchhike.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Do we have anything else before we get to news from the Grundle?
Not that I can think of. You're telling me I can't tweet about sports, but you keep tweeting about Tony Romo and retweeting it from our account.
What are you talking about?
You keep retweeting stuff about Tony Romo from your account, and then retweeting it from our account.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
There was one Tony Romo thing. You make it sound like I'm incessantly tweeting about Tony Romo.
There's a tweet. There's a tweet that I saw, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I can't tweet about sports, but he can tweet about Tony Romo.
Okay, well, first of all, I never said you can't tweet about sports. I said, could we dial it back a little bit? Which you have, but you have been tweeting about sports. And secondly, Tony Romo is not an athlete anymore, so that's not the same as tweeting about sports.
Okay.
But the only thing I can think was I tweeted a Tony Romo GIF, and then I tweeted the parody to the All in the Family song, replacing Herbert Hoover with Tony Romo. I think all that's fine. See that you did see that. That's what you responded to. Mr. We could use a man like Tony Romo again is a parody of the All in the Family theme song.
I responded to that?
Yeah, you said Mr. What? And then I said, please don't pretend to be me. And you said, sorry, I'm high. Mr. What?
Okay. So I can tweet about sports? Okay.
Yeah, just I think it's going to be okay. I think now, we're not in the middle of the Bucks run to the championship, and the football only happens once a week, so I don't think it's going to be as big a problem.
No,
towards the end of the NBA season, it was a lot of sports talk.
Yeah. Sports talk.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to get to our recurring segment?
Yeah.
Okay. I made a little sound effecting to play for it. So
ooh, I was hoping there'd be sound effects or a theme song.
Yeah, here we go.
What news do you bring from the Grundle?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's imagining that you are trekking through the great outdoors, crossing the tundra in your journey back from the Grundle to deliver the news that you have from there.
I pictured the Wild West.
Oh, okay. Well, we can try that for next week.
I'm high, so that's just what I was picturing.
You thought that was the Wild West? You couldn't tell it was
that's where that wind was coming from, yeah.
Oh, like the dust on the prairies and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think it's up to the listener. If that's what you heard, then that's valid. I mean, it's wrong, but it's valid. So you've been down to our Grundle to see what the news is, and what is it that you're returning with?
Let's see. Well, in our little... In our Grundle, we have some letters stuck to our Grundle.
Sticky.
Yeah. We have one response today.
Do you ever get shit stuck in your Grundle, after you plop? No?
No. A thorough wiper.
Oh, okay. How many wipes does it usually take?
3 or 4 on average.
Oh, all right.
It's not a question I expected to answer today.
Not even after all our plop talk?
I guess it seemed more inevitable after the plop talk, but it wasn't something I was thinking about.
This is like I'm officially, because of what we're talking about. Not that it's really potty talk related, but more importantly, who our guest is going to be this week. I am officially declaring this the plop episode. This is plop week in the zeitgeist.
Plop week.
Plop week.
All right, awesome. All right, so I reached out to the Grundle, and then the Grundle reached back.
Oh my god, you might want to have a doctor look at that.
Yeah.
What if we just did an entire hour of Grundle jokes and never got to the segment or got to the actual subject we're here to talk about?
That would remind me of there's an episode of Cumtown, a recent Patreon episode where the entire episode is them doing that thing where you replace a word in a movie title with the word penis.
Oh, okay.
They just did that for an hour.
Interesting. Now, I've heard of Cumtown, but I have no idea what it is. It's a podcast, then?
Yeah.
What is it usually about?
No, it's just like three friends talking.
Oh, okay. So there's no specific subject.
No, I mean they're all stand-up comedians.
I gotcha. Okay.
And they're like one of the most successful Patreons out there.
Is Norm Macdonald one of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're all very influenced by him, though. So I don't know if you'd like it.
I doubt I'll ever find out.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so we have one response, and it's from Toes. Shout out to Toes. I hope they're doing well. What does it say? Hold on. Talk about the impact of social media on your own lives. It's a deep question.
It is a deep question. You know that Toes, a.k.a. Veronica, seems to be prodding us to really open up on these Grundle segments.
Sometimes she wants us to talk about the Foo Fighters. Sometimes she wants us to look inward.
Uh-huh. I can look inward and discover that my inner self still truly hates Dave Grohl. They don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you start, Brian?
You hate the girl.
More like Dave Grundle.
Dave Grundle. There we go. Social media is it's a helpful thing for me to get through the day. I don't do much during the day,
Mm-hmm.
Sit around and wait for job calls. Fucking, there's like so many goddamn flies in this room. There's this whole apartment has fly problem.
Did you leave
flies
a plop somewhere?
Everywhere. No. But did I tell you? Okay. This has nothing to do with social media. But like the first day I was here, like the day after I moved in, I'm downstairs, and someone was using my bathroom. Like probably a roommate, obviously.
I hope.
So then I went upstairs to their bathroom. I clogged their toilet and couldn't get it flushed. Couldn't get it clogged.
It with a plop?
With a plop.
Oh shit! On your first day?
And the water was like, the water kept rising and rising and rising, and I eventually just shut the little the toilet thing. I flushed the cover and minded my business, and I saw one of the roommates that lives upstairs. So I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then like an hour later, I hear a knock on my door. He's like, you need. He's like, and it was that same guy.
Uh-huh.
He's like, you need to unclog the toilet. I was like I do.
Uh-huh.
Like, you were the last one using it. And I was like, I was. Okay. I like kind of played dumb, like obviously.
Wow, that's impressive.
And then
Disgusting!
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I googled toilet soundboard. That's what I got here.
Disgusting!
What the fuck is that?
It's someone yelling disgusting.
What is it trying to say? I can't even make out what it's saying.
Disgusting.
Disgusting!
Is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
I don't even.
Disgusting!
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So wait a minute. So do you get along with these people then? Because if I had a roommate and the first thing they did when they moved in was clog up my toilet with their plop and then not admit to it, I would fucking hate them.
No, that dude's nice to me now.
So wait, did you go fix it?
Yeah, I was full of shame. I went up there, and of course the water overflowed, so I had to get some towels.
Okay, so you did get it fixed eventually.
Then I successfully unclogged it.
Okay. Then I guess maybe I wouldn't hate you, but that would be really annoying.
Yeah, what can I say? I was going through it that day. What the fuck is that? Oh.
Exploding toilet?
What's this one?
It was supposed to be, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Oh, here's a...
Plop season.
Yeah, it's plop season.
I'm not sure how I feel about plop season. What is that supposed to be saying?
It says, fart in toilet.
It sounds like someone saying get.
What?
Get, like the word get.
Get.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do one more. Let's see. What? Okay, well, because this has the word hardcore in
We're
it.
supposed to be answering a question from one of our listeners.
20,000 hardcore toilet seats.
20,000 hardcore toilet seats.
Okay, that sounded exactly how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, like, I thought the title was like, I don't know. Brian, how has social media impacted your life?
It's a love-hate relationship, as with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everyone's relationship with it is love-hate. Except the people that make money off of it.
You've made some money.
Oh, I have?
Well, I mean, because we've been able to advertise our Patreon on social media, we make enough money that I don't bother you to help pay the Podbean bill anymore, which could be considered making money.
That's true. I haven't paid the Podbean bill in a long time. That's where my Patreon dollars are going.
That is where they're going. Patreon.com/zglabpod.com.
Give me some Uber money. Let's.
Yeah, we need more. We've got 3 patrons now. I believe the song in the first episode of this season promised that we were going to double our patrons subscribed this season, so we need 3 more by the end of Canada time.
By the end of Canada time.
I think that social media has probably made me a worse parent.
Yeah, probably.
Because I spend too much time looking at fucking Twitter. My kid wants something.
Yeah, it's made me a worse cat parent. You know, because the cat always bothers me when I'm on my phone. She'll like rub her head against the phone, like, "Hey, enough with that thing."
Right. So, all in all, social media is toxic.
It's very toxic. Yeah, I mean, it just it's a daily reminder of how full of shit people are.
Right.
You know, it's like the people you, I don't know, like I like Twitter for specifically has made me like I don't know. It's like I find everyone so annoying now.
Yeah, Twitter has become really annoying lately, and I don't know why necessarily.
Even people I like, and I'm just I read their tweets, and I'm just like, this is so annoying. Why stop? Like I don't know. And then Facebook is full of boomers,
Mm-hmm.
and the only good thing about Facebook is reading arguments.
Sure. And finding out that the McRib is making a comeback.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that news.
Oh, yes.
That I tagged you in. A rare Facebook tag.
Yeah, when I saw that you had tagged me on Facebook, I was a little bit weary. I'm like, we don't really interact on Facebook. What is this going to be?
And it was the best news ever.
It was the best news. So I had no idea. The McRib is coming back, everyone, November 1st. So get ready to hit up the McRib website.
For its 30th anniversary.
Yeah, it's turning 40. Over
30.
the hill. It was 40.
I thought it was 30.
No, it said 40.
Oh. Wow.
It's older than us.
That's true.
Okay, so that was the only news from the Grundle?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
We need more from you.
I know, right? We have 4 people interact with us on Twitter, but we have way more listeners. Let's email us.
You know what we should do? We should get one of those phone numbers where people can leave voice messages.
Yeah. I know a couple podcasts that do that.
Well, sure, you don't, but other people do.
No, I know. I said I know.
Oh, yeah.
Podcasts that do that.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Specifically, shout out to Jimmy Eat Pod, who sometimes I will call the phone number they have and just sing the chorus to the Blink-182 song Boxing Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just to troll David Park.
That's good. He needs to be trolled.
Exactly. Okay, so we are here today to talk about the 1983 movie Strange Brew.
It was 1983?
1983. So
I thought it was a little later.
Later, no, it's definitely 1983. It's based on 2 characters from the popular Canadian show SCTV, Bob and Doug McKenzie, of course, portrayed by Dave Thomas and the legendary Rick Moranis. So just a little background, I was doing some research for this. Like I just said, it started on SCTV.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like a SCTV, for those who don't know, was kind of like a SNL type show from Canada. And it became so popular that they started airing it here in the States. And from what I read was the runtime in Canada tended to be like a couple minutes longer than in the States. So the CBC said, hey, can you give us like 2 minutes of content that's like specifically for Canadians? Because they're going to be the only ones that probably see it. So these 2... Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis went off and just did the little segment called Great White North, and it was mainly just kind of like a fuck you to the CBC, like, oh, here you want stupid Canada shit, here is something really stupid, and it turned out to be wildly popular, and here I've got one of the clips right here.
I didn't know any of this. This really recontextualizes my experience with the film.
Oh, good day. Good day. Good day. Good day, how's it going? I'm Bob McKenzie, it's my brother Doug.
How's it going,
We got 2 topics today, back bacon and long underwear. Like, they're different topics, right? Okay, first topic, well, I don't know which one should be first. Which one should...
Go long underwear and then food as a reward.
Okay, long underwear is our topic today, and my guest is my brother.
How's it going,
Just like on real shows.
Yeah.
My guest today is my brother Doug McKenzie. And,
How are you?
Good day. He's like an expert, right, on long underwear.
That's right.
Because he like dirties them so much. Okay, no, seriously though. Long underwear, right? How do you know when to use it? Well, what?
I don't dirty them, eh?
No, I was just kidding. How do you know when to use it? Well, simple, when it's cold out, right? Okay, the other topic.
Wait, I thought I was the expert.
Oh, okay.
Don't I get to have a view here?
Yeah, right, a view. Okay, go.
Well, for long underwear, the difference is that instead of ending here, it goes all the way down
Oh,
here.
they know that. But go on.
And then you can get them like thick or thin, depending on how cold. If it's real cold, you get thick. If it's real thin, you get thin.
Or you could wear 2 thin pairs.
Cold, you get thin.
You could wear 2 thin pairs.
Jeez, I'm getting scared now.
What?
Food. Next topic.
Okay, next topic's back bacon. And look what happens when you overcook it. It shrivels up, right?
You put beer in that. That's why I did that.
No, we always put beer in.
You know, we used to use margarine. Now we use beer.
We always use
for like.
So
egg
that
white
is
to keep it
the segment Great White North from SCTV, from which this movie, Strange Brew, is derived. Brian, you didn't know any of this history, it sounds like.
I had no idea.
Okay.
I thought maybe like I had a hunch that maybe these weren't the first time we were seeing these characters before.
Okay.
Like they had appeared somewhere else before, like at the beginning of the movie.
Well, sure. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like meta.
It's a very meta introduction.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, these guys must have been from something before.
Right.
This is kind of like their Wayne's World almost, right?
Yeah, it is. I think that's an apt analogy. It is a lot like Wayne's World. So, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was great.
Really?
Honestly. I thought it was very charming. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was very funny. I just thought I just loved how cartoonish it was, and those two characters are very cartoonish and animated, and just hard to hate, you know.
Sure. I don't like I can't decide if it was great or awful. Like, I didn't laugh a lot, but it excuse me, it also wasn't like I was like, oh, this is stupid, turn it off. It just kind of was. I thought it was like a perfect 80s movie. Like, the fact that you were surprised it was from 1983, that surprises me, because to me it just screams mid-80s.
Yeah, it was very mid-80s. I thought it was maybe late 80s.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's still very much an 80s movie. I thought it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just very, very pleasant all the way through.
Yeah, I thought it was. Well, I think pleasant is a good word for it. My wife said that she thought it was basically just the Canadian Dumb and Dumber.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean that's I mean.
Well, wait. Are you saying that you think it's not as good as Dumb and Dumber, or that Dumb and Dumber is worse than this? Because I think Dumb and Dumber is awful. I think it's a bad movie.
I don't know about bad. I still think it's got some classic moments. No, I think it's less. They're less aggravating.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, she made this comment very early in the movie, just because it's kind of these two, dim wits, for lack of a better word, and they're driving around in a van. I mean, so I definitely can see how, especially at the beginning, it just kind of seems like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, two idiots in a van.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Driving around.
I thought it also had a lot. It reminded me a lot of like Spaceballs, which kind of makes sense since Rick Moranis was in Spaceballs.
I've never seen that one.
You never saw Spaceballs?
No. Seems kind of dumb.
Okay, are you a Star Wars fan?
Not really.
All right, well, but yeah, I thought that, like you said, I thought it was. I think charming is actually a really good word for it. It's very. What's the word? It's like, it's obviously not grounded in reality. Like most of the things that are happening, just can't. Like I don't know. It's just bizarre, but like in a great way. It's almost like the 1980s Canadian version of like Tim and Eric or something.
I mean, the different styles of humor.
I mean, I guess. I mean, definitely. It's just to me, they're both like bizarre, kind of seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it doesn't scream like LOL random at me.
Okay.
But I don't.
Not even the part where he blows up like a big balloon and then pees all over a fire.
I mean, that was a very interesting plot point. Yeah,
Okay, well, what
that's
moments?
an essential part of the story.
Essentially, yeah. What moments stuck out to you?
That one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time they interact with their parents, I think it's hilarious. Um, like the whole story is based on them trying to get free beer for their dad.
Right, because they gave his beer to the dog, I guess, and then they broke the glass. They tried to sift it back through or whatever.
And yeah, they couldn't buy more because they gave away their money to the disgruntled.
Oh, right, the film goer at the beginning. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I gotta let the cat in.
Okay.
In and out, in and out.
Just like a plop.
What?
You said in and out, and I said just like a plop.
Yeah. That goes back to pop.
Yeah. You know those plops that feel like they're about to release and then they go back in?
Mm. Those I know pretty well.
You know about those pretty well? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
familiar with those plops.
Okay. Well, it's an in-depth look into your gastrointestinal lifestyle.
I'm actually not familiar.
Okay, so do you think that this movie is where a lot of Americans, kind of our age-ish, get their idea of what Canadians are like?
Well, considering I never heard of this movie before, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, maybe it just kind of like persisted throughout our culture because there's a lot of the A is always saying like take off poser. I can't do a good like Ontarian accent, but like I feel like it was like highly stereotypical.
It was very stereotypical with the language for sure.
Can you do a Canadian accent?
No. A boot.
A boot.
I don't know if this movie specifically is responsible because I've never heard of it before.
Okay.
But you're not wrong. There's an abundance of like stereotypical language. A lot of A's, and I never heard take off before.
Yeah, that was a new one for me. I was trying to figure out if that was Canadian or just like a 1980s thing because they said that one a lot.
Hoser is another big one.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we got a view of Lake Ontario and Toronto and
Bloor Street,
and the CN Tower. I'm surprised that you like this one. I thought you were gonna think this was really stupid.
No way, this is great.
And I was not looking forward to like I tried so hard to find a good Canadian movie to talk about for CanCon. And I just couldn't find anything that looked appealing. But I knew about Strange Brew. I was like, I really don't want to watch it because I'm pretty sure it's stupid. So it was pleasantly surprising.
Yeah, how did you land on this one?
Well, because I had a friend in high school whose dad was like obsessed with it and he really liked it. So I knew it was out there. And so like when I first was like, oh, we should probably do a Canadian movie, I was like, well, I guess Strange Brew. And I kept looking and I couldn't find anything else that was like I found like a lot of American movies starring Canadians, but I wanted like an actual Canadian movie. Mm-hmm. And there aren't many that I was familiar with and I didn't feel like necessarily exploring. So I went with Strange Brew just because I feel like it's I feel like a lot of America's ideas about CanCon can be summed up with this movie.
Yeah, especially what Canadians are like.
Right.
You know, like guys that talk like that, drink a lot of beer.
Mm-hmm. Always wearing the winter coat and the toque, as they would call it.
The toque. Yeah.
Or a beanie, as is the right word.
Right, that was the correct term. You just came in. You're not going back outside, dude.
Stop talking to your plops.
20,000 hardcore toilet seats.
Right out the rest of the time playing somber.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, was there anything else that we wanted to cover about this movie before our guest segment?
I guess not.
This is the first time we've talked about a movie.
It's true.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's something that we should do again. And I think it's hard. I think it's harder than an episode of TV or an album or something. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken notes. But I have a feeling that our guest is going to come well prepared. He's already told me that he's planning a game for us to play. I hope it doesn't involve building igloos. So, Brian, do you have any final thoughts about Strange Brew before we send it over to another hour of us talking about Strange Brew with our guest?
No. Just take off your hose head.
My poop is coming!
What the fuck?
Hey, Jessica.
Yes, Danny.
Have you ever heard of Reliant K?
Like the Chrysler K car?
No. Like the band. They had such hits as Be My Escape, Who I Am Hates Who I've Been, and Sadie Hawkins Dance.
Oh, yeah. That's where I've heard of them. On our show, Sadie Hawkins Pod, we talk about Reliant K every week.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the point I was building towards.
The two of us are married, and Reliant K is one of the first things we bonded over as friends.
Yeah, I know. 2 seconds ago, you didn't even remember the name of the band.
And each week, we go over a different Reliant K song. You can listen anywhere you get podcasts and find all our social links at sadiehawkinspod.com.
I mean, that's just about everything I was going to say.
So when you're done listening to this show, go and check out Sadie Hawkins Pod next.
Brian, over the first 2 seasons, we had a lot of really distinguished guests that I was really happy to have. I thought they were great. Even in our second season, although we had only 2 guests, I thought they were phenomenal. I know that we're finally scraping the bottom of the barrel here, which is why we are now welcoming an igloo proponent and a self-declared cupcake, I guess. Please welcome to the Zeitgeist Lab, Buttermuffin. Buttermuffin, how's it going?
It's great. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
This is our show, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, you did say that Jay Leno was going to be on the call. Is that happening, or... Because I do have a few things to say to Jay Leno.
Maybe. But,
to be determined.
He has not responded yet to my DM, but there's still time.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to that because I've got a few things to say to him and about him.
So you guys go way back, right?
We do, yeah. Jay Leno and I went to high school together.
Oh.
He stole my prom date. That's where the beef originates from. A lot of people think that I'm just sticking up for Conan O'Brien or something, but no, he stole my prom date in high school. So
you look much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell that I'm the same age as Jay Leno, but I am.
Oh, well. That's crazy.
Okay, so we've invited you on. This season we're talking about all things Canada. So, of course, we had to have a third American on the podcast because who knows Canada better than Americans? Now, obviously, I know you know some CanCon because we all know each other here through Blink 155, which is Canadian content, for better or worse. But what is your relationship with CanCon outside of that podcast? Anything?
I went to Canada once.
Okay.
Twice. I forgot. On a family trip to Glacier National Park as a 10-year-old. We had lunch in Canada once.
Okay.
And then we promptly left. And then, I don't know, 22 years later, went back on vacation. Went through Calgary.
Okay.
Yeah, and was blown away by the cuisine. Had Alberta King of Subs. It was right next to a 7-Eleven and a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some of the best poutine I've ever had. It was it was in a tin pie, like pie tin, like aluminum foil thing. It was chopped up hot dogs with like brown gravy, and you pair that with a Mountain Dew, and you're great.
Okay, that sounds disgusting, actually.
No, but it's great. You land in Canada, and like there's like 700 old people with like cowboy hats on. You're like, welcome, we're fake Mounties, and it was great.
Okay. And so that's all you know about Canada?
I drove through Calgary. The Stampede grounds is huge.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a fairgrounds, right? Like, it can't be that big.
No, well, it's like a stadium.
Oh, it's a stadium.
Yeah, it's like a stadium. It's like I don't know, it's like a football stadium here. I know Utah doesn't have a football team.
We have a football team.
But, you mean soccer?
Well, I mean football.
Which one?
Football team?
So, like, we have we have football.
Oh, like the
football.
Utah State?
No, like soccer. Yeah, soccer, football. But I'm not going to call it that because it's football.
Oh, well, I don't get it. Even Canadians call it football. But they have a couple of rules.
Well, fuck Canada. That's not what we're here to talk about.
But yeah, that's my connection to Canada. I think probably 10 generations past, I think I had some Canadian relatives, but since then, no.
Okay. Well, but what about just like in general, like Canadian music, movies, TV shows? Do you find yourself consuming any of their content on a regular basis?
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, it's always pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like their comedy's good, their music's good. I don't know. I'm always surprised to find out that they're Canadian, like after liking it for a while. It's like, oh, of course. But,
okay.
I always thought they were from Los Angeles or something, and it turns out they moved there like 10 years ago.
Who specifically are you talking about, or just like every Canadian band that you know?
Every Canadian band.
Oh, okay. They all just get famous and move to Los Angeles, and then you finally hear about them.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so before we turn to the actual Canadian content, which you watched, that we're going to talk about, I got to get something off my chest here, or get to the bottom of something. Why are you obsessed with Ogden, Utah?
Well, that's I don't know how to use Zoom well enough, but that was the background I was trying to.
A background of Ogden.
Yeah. Ogden, Utah, home of the Raptors. It is north of Salt Lake City.
You're reading off a screen right now.
I'm just like, this is from memory. I've been there.
Oh, okay.
I've been there once.
Mm-hmm. Why?
We were in Salt Lake and didn't know where to stay, and the only person we knew was in Ogden, so we had to drive.
So you drove 45 minutes north to say something.
And yeah, and it was very hospitable. They gave us a couch and a floor to sleep on. We had some pizza, and nobody did that in Salt Lake. So
right, okay, but it's Ogden. It's gross up there.
This was at night. I didn't,
Okay, and it's not just Ogden though. It's like
the Ogden Raptors. I mean, way better team than the Bees.
I don't know. I don't watch
AAA baseball.
I don't watch AAA baseball. I don't know.
It's thriving in Utah.
Do you have a AAA baseball team out there?
We have the River Cats in Sacramento.
Okay.
And the Aces in Reno.
Okay, and you're like in between those two cities, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you know which one to pick then?
The River Cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you also do you just like look up Utah things to try to bother me? I mean, a week ago.
Mostly, I mean, I'm aware of Utah. I had
I would hope
grandpa lived in Utah.
Okay.
Some friends live out in Heber. But yeah, I mean,
but like you'll tweet at me like
I know of Utah have been particularly Googled to me.
Right, yeah, sure. But yeah, you'll tweet at me like a park that's literally like 10 minutes from where I live, despite the fact that as far as I know, you don't know my address.
You never came up with the milk crates for me to visit to complete the challenge. I had to do that in my own living room here.
Uh-huh. And where was the video? Did I miss that
Well,
video?
it was a picture. It was one milk crate because that's all I had.
Okay, so you completed the milk crate challenge with one milk crate.
No, there's no rules to the amount of crates.
Did you succeed, or was it a failure?
It wobbled a little bit, but I made it.
It wobbled. Okay, wow. All right, great. And then on top of that, you were looking up trails with my name in it that, again, are like within a 15 to 20 minute drive of where I live.
No, that one was pure accident.
Oh, okay.
I was Googling my friend's house or whatever, and Gobbler's Knob from Alexander Valley came up on my way west.
Gobbler's Knob, yeah, Gobbler's Knob. That's a.
And I was like, that would be a great hike if I were ever to go to Salt Lake and visit my friend Alex.
Right. Which you would have done if I had gotten the milk crates.
Yeah, but we know how that ended.
We do. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we're here to talk about the movie Strange Brew. Oh, we lost him. Where did Buttermuffin go?
Oh, no.
Wow. Okay. So I see how it is. He just he insults. He didn't insult Utah. I don't even know what to make of the conversation that we just had with him so far, but he's disappeared.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was confused throughout most of that conversation.
Oh, wait, no, it's here. He says he's coming back in. Oh, my God. What is going on?
I don't know what happened. I think it was for the best.
Okay. So you disconnected the call specifically so you could hook up an Ogden background. Is that what happened?
It pays to live in Ogden, apparently, according to the Sun.
Right.
I was feeling that's what was happening.
You had a feeling that he was trying to get an Ogden background going.
Yeah.
I didn't even touch anything.
You touched nothing. The call just disconnected, and when you came back in, it was just
reconnected. It was perfect. So.
It was perfect. Okay. Okay.
Brian, have you ever been to Utah?
I haven't. No. The furthest west I've been is like Minnesota or Iowa, which isn't that west at all.
I haven't been to either of those either.
Have you been to Wisconsin?
But, no, I flew over it once.
That's why they call it flyover country.
And that was cool at night. You saw a bunch of lights. And then there was nothing. And then you saw a bunch of lights, and then there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Wisconsin for you. Bunch of lights and nothing.
Yeah, if you go to Utah, there's like a couple lights, and then there's nothing. And then you know,
well, there's
one city, right?
Well, there's that big building right in the middle of downtown. It's like the light of God.
Well, yeah. So there's that one, but there's a couple of those like on every corner, isn't there?
Yeah, we got.
My friend in Heber has, which is a little town outside of Park City, has 4 LDS churches in one neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The churches, God, they're everywhere. But even the temples, like there's a lot of them here. Okay, well, before we offend any of our Mormon listeners, who I'm sure we have so many, tell us about Strange Brew. You watched this movie because I asked you to be on an episode about it. You said you had not seen this before this request to watch it, right?
I had not. This was such a surprise, and it was. I loved it.
Okay, what did you love about it?
It was so stupid. It was so stupid, but it was fun. It was like I don't know, it felt like a Wayne's World type, crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final scene was just insane. Or not, I guess maybe it wasn't the final.
The final scene where he's giant and then pees on a fire?
No, that's a different movie. But the
what?
giant, the skunk dog flying away, saving the day at October. Oh my God!
You like that? You are a dog person.
Loved it.
Did you dress your dog up after that and try to get them to fly somewhere?
No, they're not the right color. But I wish they could fly.
It sounds racist.
No, there's a color like all skunks are.
You can dye your dog. You could dye it.
I don't want my dog to die.
No, like dye, like paint. You could paint it. Okay,
I think that's what they did actually in the movie.
Yeah, I think that is what they did. Okay, so you said that this movie has some of the greatest scenes of all time. Is that right?
Yeah, and that was one.
That was one. A dog, like a very poorly done special effect of a dog flying.
It had a cape for 3/4 of the scene.
Did it? Okay, I didn't notice that. Okay.
So that was definitely. I mean, it was a predecessor, and I didn't verify this, but I feel like it was before Spaceballs with those hockey outfits.
I think so. I think so too. And coincidentally, of course, Rick Moranis was also in Spaceballs.
Yes, I think there was a little crossover there.
Right. And for some reason, you and I have tweeted multiple times about Pizza the Hut. So I think maybe that can be the connection that we make to why we're asking you to be on this episode.
And that was also, he didn't appear in this film, but
No, he didn't. Okay, so what other scenes? I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Like, you can't honestly think that that dog scene is one of the greatest scenes of all time.
No, but like the scene too, where they you never see the parents,
right?
And then the parents are fucking, and it's them. Like,
well, it was them.
It was them.
I didn't notice that. You see their face really quick. Okay, so you.
Yeah.
So you see. Okay, I get it. There's some sort of. Yeah, there's some sort of kinkiness there then that you were like, I'm going to pause the video at the only point in which there's sex.
One of the other ones was there's this like graffiti artist or whatever that hits all the porta potties in town, like on construction sites. And it says Kilroy was here. Never heard of it.
Okay.
Watching this stupid movie from the 80s, and all of a sudden there's another Kilroy was here, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And I learned something. It was a World War II graffiti artist. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. What does it have to do with World War II?
Brian's an expert. It sounds like Brian's an expert.
Oh, Brian, perfect.
Graffiti, yeah. Kilroy was here. It's famous graffiti.
But what does it have to do with World War II?
I'm not sure.
What I read was
famous.
He was like, he kept getting asked to check these tanks to see if they were like functioning or not.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept asking him to check them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I already checked it, and they said check it again, so he would graffiti.
Oh, okay. And so now people just put it on porta potties?
Yeah, how the mighty have fallen.
Well, I think that's great because you don't know this, but this episode is taking place in the middle of what we're dubbing plop season because we had lengthy talk about feces on the main episode. So If you had any like hot plop takes you wanted to drop on us here, I think now is the time to do so. While you think about that, I've got this sound effect of diarrhea. I think that's just beautiful.
Are you going to play the sound effect now?
No, I decided not to.
Oh, okay. Let's see. They didn't. That same porta potty did not smell good today.
Okay. Because of something you left there, or?
No, I think it was the torta man that comes through. Do you guys have tortas out in Salt Lake?
What is that? No. Again, it sounds like we're about to get really racist. I don't know what's happening.
They're fantastic, like Mexican sandwiches. They're really good.
Okay.
But torta man comes and sells them out of his car, and my coworker had one and had to take a couple days off.
Oh,
yeah, they're really good.
Oh, I've not heard of this.
Yeah, tortas are great.
Do you think they have any in Ogden? Is that maybe why I'm missing it? They're up north instead of down here in the Salt Lake Valley?
I bet Salt Lake has some.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for that.
I think you should.
Okay. Any other thoughts about the movie Strange Brew? Like, other than, okay, so we know you like the graffiti, you pause movies when there's sex, and you like a dog flying. Those are the three things I've learned so far.
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty universal.
It's universal? Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. I also noticed the kegs in Canada were like twice the size of kegs in the US. And I don't know if that was real life or if that was just particularly so that they could fit a human body in them conveniently later on.
Okay.
So
I don't know a lot about kegs. I'm not an alcoholic, so I don't know. I've never seen a keg in real life.
Well, they're about half the size.
Okay.
Of the ones in the movie.
Now, are you a big keg person? Like, are you often doing like keg stands or?
No.
No. Okay.
No. I have seen a keg though.
Okay.
They're in most places.
You got to understand, in Utah, anything that's typical with alcohol is not typical here. So I don't even know if I could get a keg in Utah. I'm sure.
It was interesting. I noticed that in the movie too, that there was a government liquor store in the movie.
And makes sense to me.
Also similar to your situation.
It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that not how it is everywhere?
Yeah, that blew my mind the first time I heard about it.
I can go to, and this isn't the case everywhere. Like the Bay Area has some different rules, which like you can't get it at gas stations or whatever. But here's kind of like the Wild West. You can go to the gas station. I got 7-Elevens. I have Rayleigh's, Safeway. You name any store, we've got it. They all have whatever you want.
Smith's.
No. That's further south.
South.
Further south.
Okay, well, you told me to name any store. Those were the first two.
Well, you named the wrong one.
Okay. Come and Go.
No, that's further east.
Okay. So you know about all the stores then. So you're well traveled then, because I'm dropping like regionally specific store names and you seem to be at least familiar with what I'm talking about.
I have driven to Denver several times.
Oh, okay.
So
I see.
Yeah. I know a thing or two.
The big thing that happened in Utah this year is we're now allowed to buy beer 24 hours a day from like 7-Eleven or Walgreens or CVS or whatever.
You're allowed to now?
Yeah, before this year, you could only buy beer from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. You had to, like, if you were one of those stores, you couldn't sell it between 1 and 7 a.m. But now you can sell it 24 hours a day, and it's a big thing. I see banners all over, like, beer 24 hours a day now. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting really progressive here in Utah. Mm-hmm.
That's
we can't
great.
even do that in Wisconsin.
You can't do that in Wisconsin?
No, liquor stores close at 9.
Well, no, I'm not talking about liquor stores. I'm just talking about like buying like a 6-pack or a 12-pack at 7-Eleven.
Even that, yeah.
You're not allowed to sell it overnight? Oh, wow.
No.
Okay, so we're more alcoholically liberated than Wisconsin.
What's that?
We have more alcohol liberation than Wisconsin. Supposedly the drunkest state in the union.
Maybe. Yeah, which it is.
I think our town, everything shuts down at like 8 p.m. anyway.
Are you in Truckee or are you just near Truckee?
No, in the mountains. Yeah. In Truckee.
Okay. I'm always very confused because based on things you post, I'm not sure if you're in Truckee or you're near Truckee.
Was in Reno for a long time. Originally from the other side of the hill, but towards Sacramento,
right?
But pretty much anywhere on I-80 between San Francisco and Denver, I've been there.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
My favorite. I looked up the directions to my friend's house in Utah once, and it was like 4 directions. It was like,
what does that even mean? What? Oh, I see. Okay.
And then turn right, and then turn left to their house. Yeah.
So so your friend lives like right against I-80?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
They actually live on the on-ramp.
They live on the on-ramp? I mean, there are literally places like in Salt Lake City where you could probably live basically on the on-ramp to I-80. But I-80 is the ghetto freeway in Utah. Like, we're all about I-15. Like, I-80 sucks.
Well, I-15 probably goes north and south.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
West.
Right.
So, I mean, it just depends. I like going all the way across the country to halfway where you get to Denver, which isn't really halfway.
That's not halfway, yeah.
I mean, it's still 16 hours away.
Have you ever driven from one end of I-80 to the other? Like, have you ever gotten to Boston?
No.
Okay. So you still have a lot of I-80 to explore.
Oh, there's a lot left, but I don't want to explore too much too soon. I want there to be some surprise.
That makes sense. So, okay, I'm glad I figured out because, truth be told, over last winter, or towards the end of winter, Daisy and I would we'd often find ourselves debating over whether or not the temperature wherever you were living was still conducive to igloo building. And there's a big change between Truckee and Reno, and I was convinced you were in Reno, and she thought Truckee or something. So we were often debating over whether or not it was still igloo season where you were.
I was in Truckee, which has typically a great igloo season, but last year was not a great igloo season. I'm sorry to break it to you.
But that was the first igloo you built, right?
I wouldn't say it was the first. The first one I built was in Canada on that trip, but this was the first one at my house.
Okay.
I'm very excited about it, and I was a little ambitious with the size, but
you threw a fucking Christmas party in there, didn't you?
We did, and it lasted
8 nights, 8 days and 8 nights.
Hours. Oh, because it rained and the whole thing collapsed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was anyone in there when it collapsed? Was anyone?
No, but I was very scared while we were sitting in there, and everybody else seemed really excited to be in there, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Well, you built it. You knew all the flaws in it. You knew what was about to happen.
Yes, I did. And,
okay.
I know we all survived.
So, despite the fact that it was not a good igloo season, you still were able to build that monstrosity.
Yeah, and we'll be back.
No, global warming. There's not going to be another good igloo season in North America, or at least in the United States.
Well, tonight it's going to be 22 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And we're heading in the right direction here.
Okay. All right. Well, it's 22 in October, so yeah, there's plenty of time.
Yeah.
The season is approaching.
And how are the pumpkin spice lattes treating you? Speaking of temperature changing, I know that was something you randomly just said pumpkin spice latte to us one day, and I'm still not really. Unless PSL stands for something else.
I don't think that was me.
I think it was. Unless you've been hacked.
I think I was definitely hacked.
Oh, okay.
We definitely have. We just recently got our decorative mini pumpkins spread throughout. The neighbor put up a giant spider web.
Are you a decorator? Like a holiday decorator?
No. I guess I should. I don't know. I don't know why I don't.
You kind of strike me as the type, like, did you ever see that show, Home Improvement? Like, you strike me as like the Tim the Toolman Taylor type, like putting up all these insane decorations to try to win, like just to try to outdo your neighbor.
Well, that is rude.
Yeah. You don't.
I always identified as the Wilson.
You're the Wilson.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. I mean, this is the first time I've ever actually seen your face. Usually it's just a cupcake behind a fence. So I guess it does make sense that you're the Wilson, not so much the Tim.
Yeah, I've got a great neighbor to the side of me, and we talk over the fence all the time. But yeah, not a lot of wintertime decorations in a place where it snows a lot.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so you came prepared with. You've put together your own game.
I have.
Do you want to tell us, I guess, what would possess you to do such a thing, and maybe give us a little bit of background on the game? And
so it's a quiz game. Okay. You will be fighting for the championship here against each other, and the game is called, in honor of the movie we watched, Strange Brew.
Oh,
so
okay.
I will be reading to you the history or the ingredients of something, and you will have to put 2 and 2 together to discover what the... No?
Yeah, 4, uh-huh.
No. But we will, you will be answering the questions. You will have to chime in with your name. So, Alex, you will say Alex, and Brian, you will say Brian. And then we will we'll crown a winner at the end. We have 10 questions, and I will have to, if there's a tie at the end, I will come up with a question for a tiebreaker. But
what's the prize? What are we playing for?
All the marbles.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Miles would like some marbles. That'd be a good Christmas present for him.
So, yeah. How do you spell his name, by the way?
Myaleerz.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Question 1. Are the participants ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Let's go.
All right. So this is a dairy product derived from milk and produced in a wide variety of flavors, textures, and is a coagulation of a milk protein. It comprises proteins, and I'm not done.
Oh, okay. I thought I just chime in whenever I thought that was the thing. I've got to wait for you to finish.
It comprises proteins and fat from milk, usually the milk from cows. But this one's special ingredient is milk from the happiest cows in the world, which makes it slightly better than the versions found in Utah and Wisconsin.
Brian. Cheese.
Cheese is right.
Cheese.
All right, so Brian has won.
This is bullshit. I said my name before the question was done. I wasn't going to say cheese, though. So,
I was polite and let him finish.
Yeah, I was going to say milkshake, so I would have been wrong at that point.
You were saying milkshakes?
At which point I said my name, it could have very easily been milkshake.
Okay.
I knew it was cheese from the jump.
Number 2. This strange brew was born on January 31st, 1967 in Los Angeles. He is the lead singer in a famous punk band, and Drew announced his demise on a Blink-155 quarantine stream. F's in the chat.
Brian.
So stupid.
Fat Mike.
Fat Mike.
None of these are brews. Cheese and Fat Mike are not brews.
NoFX had a famous song called The Brews.
The Brews.
Okay, I don't fuck NoFX, but I thought these were going to be ingredients. She didn't even give me ingredients. You just told me the history of a man.
Strange brew.
Okay, this is not what I was anticipating.
So, okay, number 3. This is
strange
brewed.
Strange brood, like BROOD?
Yes, this strange brood is made up of a Courtney, Kim, Chloe, Chris, Kylie, Kendall, and Caitlin.
Alex. The Kardashians?
Yes. Great. Okay, this one, I think you guys can get this one pretty easily. Written and directed by Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, this movie depicts 2 heroic factory workers in their quest to stick it to the man and get the free beer they deserve. Hijinks ensue when they unexpectedly have to play hockey, but luckily there's a flying skunk dog there to save the day.
Alex. Strange brew.
Whoa! Okay, we got a tie game.
Okay.
All right, it's 2-2. The questions are now going to get a little harder.
Okay.
This product contains potatoes, cottonseed oil, salt, spices, dextrose, paprika, maltodextrin, sugar, onion powder, disodium isonate, and citric acid. This product also contains mustard, but is gluten-free.
Alex.
Is
it a deviled egg? I didn't hear eggs, though.
No.
Okay.
There were no eggs.
Right, but there was mustard and paprika, so...
It tastes like something from the sea.
It tastes like something from the sea?
I think.
Okay. Do you have anything else? Brian, do you have a guess?
I have no idea.
Mustard seed, paprika.
You guys like these types of chips?
Pringles? Hand puppet
Brian,
chips.
Brian.
No.
Wait. Crab chips.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Again, they taste nothing like fucking crabs. Are you kidding me? And how could you list that without saying Old Bay seasoning?
Chips were involved. I knew chips were involved.
I don't like the. I did not write the ingredients, and I've never had them. So
you just like copied it off the back of a bag, like you find an
it's
image
off the
online.
internet, but,
Okay.
Yeah.
This game's fucked up.
Okay, so here we go. Next, we have Brian at 3, Alex at 2. This product contains tomato concentrate from red tomatoes, distilled
Ketchup.
vinegar, high fructose corn syrup, and a whole lot of hate from Australians, particularly in Wodonga.
Alex, ketchup. It's ketchup. And fuck Maddie. Ketchup is where it's at.
Correct. That is correct. All right, so tie game again. 3-3. We've got 4 questions left.
Wait, where do you stand on ketchup?
I think it's essential.
Okay. All right.
Not putting it on my steak.
No.
Let's just do
God,
that.
no, that's fucking gross. A1 sauce.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's where you draw the line. Like, wasn't there a couple episodes where you were saying you dipped your tacos from Taco Bell in ketchup?
Yes, I Taco Bell tacos in ketchup and honeydew melon and popcorn.
Arrest this man.
I think I have to go. Brian, you won.
Right.
Okay. All right. So here we go. This one's going to be a little tougher. Let's see. One of these could be caused by overexercising, taking a new medication, not enough vitamins, or even thrombophilia.
Alex.
Yes.
Heart attack?
No, but that could probably cause one of these too. Remember the name of the game.
What's the name of the game?
I don't think you told us the name of the game.
The name of the game is Strange Brew.
Oh, it's just called Strange Brew.
Yeah. Could be purple, green, brown, on your arm or your leg.
Feces.
Interesting, but no.
Okay. On your leg. I'm going to need more.
Hurts to touch.
A bruise.
What?
A bruise.
A strange bruise?
Ah, I see.
Ah.
Yeah.
Great. All right, we've entered full-on dad joke pun territory. This is great. Does that count? Did I win? Or did I get that point?
I'll give it to you this time. It's the first time.
Okay.
You played this game, so.
Is this game available in stores? Am I going to be able to buy this game at some point?
Not yet. I am working on a card game version.
Okay.
Yeah. I just need you to fund it. I'll send you my PayPal, and you can at me. I need about $2,000.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can make that happen. That's about half of our monthly patron take, so I think that's doable.
Great. I'll give you executive producer credit. Next on the list, we have Alex's favorite. So he may have an advantage here. This product contains water, sugar, milk solids, wheat flour, vegetable oil, soy, glucose syrup, cocoa butter, maltodextrin, cocoa solids, vegetable origin emulsifiers, 322 soy, malt extract, salt, colors 141 and 100, vegetable gum, flavors, and mineral salt.
What? And it's my favorite, but you said it sarcastically, so it's actually something I hate.
These are Morty's Uncle's chips.
Morty's Uncle's chips.
He's green. He's mean.
Is a pickle?
His name is Rick.
Something with a pickle. Pickle chips?
Rick Pringles.
Pickle Rick Pringles?
Yes.
Is that a real thing?
According to the internet, yes.
Okay.
We'll call that a draw.
Okay. Right. So what's the score?
What's the what?
The score.
What's the score?
Oh, right now it's 3. It's 3 for Brian, 4 for Alex, with 1 in the middle. And we're heading into the final 2 questions. This is made of snow, ice, in a winter so nice. These structures are built with a saw or
you have to let him
ice
finish.
And a whole lot of fun.
Alex.
Brian, was that you?
No.
Igloo.
Brian, got an igloo.
Oh
there
my
we go.
God. I was the first one to say my name after you stopped talking.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. But he interrupted you. That's what I got. I was called out for that earlier.
I said Ope as a true Midwesterner.
It's an evolving game. It's fine.
And let him finish. And I said Brian.
No, I said Alex first after he finished. Okay, fine. 4-4.
This could not.
I thought we were recording or anything.
Oh my god!
Come out.
The score is tied. One question left. The winner takes all of the marbles. This American late night talk show host started in 1992 and was on air until 2014. On November 23rd, 2010, Kevin Eubanks returned to promote his album Zen Food. He only wears denim and he owns more cars than the three of us combined.
Brian. Jay Leno.
Fuck Jay Leno. I could have won, but I am not going to win on the back of Jay Leno. I have more self-respect than that.
Well, history only cares about the winners, Alex.
And Jay Leno is not a winner.
But Brian is.
This is
and
true.
Brian, you get all of the marbles.
All right.
Well, congratulations, Brian.
Thank you.
If anybody has marbles, please send them to Brian.
Yep. 123 Fentoozler Lane, Madison, Wisconsin.
To owner of all of them. So there you have it. That was Strange Brews.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you. Okay, before we wrap this up, is there anything that you want to promote or plug?
My ears. So
your
I don't
ears.
have to hear you anymore.
Oh, okay. Very nice. That's very classy. You're a great guest.
We've got our one song together. So it was us and Godzilla, I think, put that song out.
Right.
And well, not really anything else. I like listening to Jordan Lane's podcast. And,
which one?
The ADHD. What is it called?
Oh shit! I have ADHD.
Yeah, I really like their conversations. I'm sure everybody else probably listens to the Blink 155 and Globe Health Network.
So you came here to plug other people's podcasts.
Yes, well, I don't have to plug yours because you're already here.
Right. You could plug ours. You could plug our Patreon. Even though you're not a subscriber, you can still plug it.
You should. Everybody should subscribe and send Brian their marbles. I do not have anything else going on, so there's that.
You don't want to. You have an upcoming wedding, right? Aren't you? Don't you want to list the date,
yes,
time, and address so everyone can come to the wedding?
Everybody send out some vibes.
Okay. Are you registered at Target, like under Buttermuffin?
No, we're still like a year out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So literally at this time, all you need are vibes.
Yeah. We got married. We got engaged at Donner Lake. You're a fan of Donner Lake, right, Alex?
I have no idea what Donner Lake is.
That's where the Donner Party was.
Okay.
Your favorite cannibals.
No, Hannibal Lecter's my favorite cannibal.
Well, he only ate a couple of people. He ate a bunch. So.
Yeah, but he was more evil. Do you think that the Donner Party did like all that laughing? Like the evil laughing?
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there.
But you've been to their lake. Aren't there plaques? Aren't there like plaques with recordings and stuff? Do they do reenactments?
They have recordings back then.
Do they do reenactments? Kind of like how over like in Virginia they'll do like Civil War reenactments. They do Donner Party reenactments. Up at the pass?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do that all the time. We just run up and scare the tourists on the trail.
Okay, so it's not like the tourists don't know there's a reenactment.
It's kind of impromptu, It's just kind of a locals thing,
Okay. Sounds more like an Ogden type thing, but
no, they didn't go through Ogden.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about the Donner Party.
I do. You know, they basically came out and were discovered really close to where Warped Tour used to happen in Sacramento.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they travel along I-80? Is that how they got out there?
They should have. It would have been a lot faster for them.
Yeah, I bet they wouldn't have had to eat anyone if they were just up on that highway.
Yeah, there's fast food all the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Buttermuffin, thank you so much for being here and plugging other people's podcasts. So, yeah, go listen to other podcasts that aren't ours, please. Thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you.
The Zeitgeist Lab Collections podcast, hosted by Brian and Alex, edited by Poli-Sci Alex, executive produced by Pan Blurry for Itchy Grundle Podcast.